We actually talked about this when we talked about lube as well, that people kind of have this idea that if you pull out the lube, pull out the dental dams, it's going to ruin the moment. It's going to spoil the fire. And that is not the case so long as people are, keyword, communicating with their partners. And the other thing is, I feel like people don't, they really just don't talk about them enough, to the point where, while it might have seemed more common, and people might have been more knowledgeable about dental dams during like the epicenter of the AIDS crisis in the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
Nowadays, not so much. Like, and I think I think we're at a time where it's just been so long since they came out on the market that not enough people know about them. They're not being taught about them. So
and also, like, you can't find them as readily as condoms in stores.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I had to like find some on the internet, and it's like that was even difficult. You know what I mean? And so
So I mean, here's the deal. We'll take it back for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
When it comes to safe sex, if you're getting tested regularly, fantastic. You're using condoms whenever appropriate. You're disinfecting your toys. There's definitely not as many people who are using dental dams. And what is a dental dam? It's actually really easy to explain, both what it is and also how to use it, which is great. It's, simply put, a thin 6-inch square of lubricated latex. And believe it or not, dental dams were originally developed in the Victorian era, but it was originally meant for dentist's office. Like, I mean, so hence the name dental dams.
Right.
But they did join the ranks of the safer sex, toolkit, if you will, during the AIDS crisis of the 80s. And but since then, like I mentioned, I think they've definitely been under discussed, which is unfortunate. So most of them are flavored. So, I mean, that does give the experience for the giver, something a little more pleasurable. But like Tracy mentioned, you can't buy them in most pharmacies. So usually you have to either pick them up online or at your local sex shop. So there's both positives and negatives associated with them. As there is with any form of protection or toy. I mean, that makes perfect sense.